Hey guys, in this lesson we would understand applications of trigonometric ratios, sine and cosine law. When we say we are going to do the applications of trig ratios, sine and cosine law, it is assumed that you know from the previous grades what are the different trigonometric ratios and what is the sine and cosine law. Let's quickly write down all the formulas. We have altogether three primary trigonometric ratios that are commonly known as SOHCAHTOA. So means sine of an angle. Angle is usually represented as theta, is opposite over hypotenuse. Ka means cosine of an angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. TOA means tan of an angle is opposite over adjacent. These primary trigonometric ratios are used when we have right angle triangles. However, when we have oblique triangles, that includes acute as well as obtuse triangles, then we use sine or cosine law, where sine law relates the sine of an angle to its opposite side in the form of proportion. So if we have triangle ABC, angle A opposite side is lowercase a, angle B opposite side is lowercase b, and angle C opposite side is lowercase c. So sine law is a proportion of sine of an angle with its opposite side, therefore can be written as sine A over A equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C. Now this proportion can be written in this form, or it can be flipped as well. So it is going to give us B over sine B equal to C over sine C. We can use any of the two ratios at one time in order to solve for the unknown quantity. It could be angle or it could be the side. Next law we have is the cosine law. Let's say we have a triangle ABC. These are the opposite sides. Cosine law can help us find the unknown angle or the unknown side. If you're looking for any unknown side, let's say we're looking for side A, then that is equal to A equal to square root of B square plus C square minus 2 times B times C times cos of angle A. So remember, if you're looking for side A, angle is going to be the one that is opposite to the side A. If B is the unknown side we're looking for, then it's square root of A square plus C square minus 2 times A times C cos of angle B. And if we are looking for side C, then it is square root of A square plus B square minus 2 times B times C times cos of angle C. So depending upon whatever side is unknown, we can use the formula according to our choice. Cosine law can also be used to determine the unknown angle. Now let's take a few examples to understand how to use these. If let's say we are given a triangle, this triangle is QRS triangle. We're given one of the angles, that is angle Q, as 45 degrees. Angle R is given to us as theta, so that is the unknown angle basically. Side opposite to angle R, also called side R with lowercase, is given to us as 14.2 centimeters, and side opposite to angle 45 degrees, also called lowercase q side, is 10.8 centimeters. We are asked to determine angle theta. Now we would rule out the possibilities of different formulas that would not be applicable to solve this problem. Since this is not a right angle triangle, therefore we cannot use any of the trig ratios. However, this is an oblique triangle or acute triangle, therefore we have to either use sine law or cosine law. How do we decide which law is applicable? Is we are given an angle, that is angle 45, and we are given the side opposite to it. So this is one complete ratio given to us. Whenever we are given one complete ratio, or whenever we are given two adjacent sides and an angle, that means we have this angle, we have this side, and we have this side. So basically we are given side, side, angle. Then what we have to do is use sine law. So the ratio that we would be writing is sine angle R over the side that is opposite to angle R, that is 14.2, equal to sine angle 45 over the side opposite to it, that is 10.8, and then we would isolate r because we know r is nothing but theta, so we can replace r with theta. So we can write on sine theta is equal to sine 45 multiplied by 14.2 divided by 10.8. And then we can put this all in the calculator to get a final number. This gives us 0.9297, and that is equal to sine theta. We are looking for angle theta, we're not looking for sine theta. So theta would be equal to sine inverse of 0.9297, and that gives us a theta value equal to 68.39 degrees. So we saw that by using sine law, we were able to determine the angle. Let's say the second example we are given is any oblique triangle. Let's name the triangle as LMN. This side we are given is 7.5 centimeters. This angle is 105 degrees, and this side is 11.2 centimeters. And the question wants us to solve the triangle. And the question says solve the triangle. That means every angle that is not given to us is an unknown angle. So we are looking for angle L, angle N, as well as we are looking for side M, because this side is opposite to angle M, so that's why we name it as side M. So angle L is unknown, angle N is unknown, and side M is unknown. Now how do we solve this triangle? Is we are seeing that we are given side, angle in between the two sides, and another side is given to us. So if you're given side, angle, side, then we use cosine law, and we're looking for side M first. So side M would be equal to square root of the square of the sum of the other two sides, that is n square plus L square minus 2nl cosine angle M. Now when we sub in all the values, n is given to us as 7.5 square, L is given to us as 11.2 square minus 2 times 7.5 times 11.2 times cosine angle 105 degrees. All we have to do is just put this in a calculator and solve for it. When we solve 7.5 square plus 11.2 square, we get 181.69. When we solve 2 times 7.5 times 11.2, we get 168 times cosine 105 degrees. So we would first multiply these because this is a product. So let's find out what is 168 times cosine 105 degrees. This gives us 181.69 minus negative 43.48. And the final answer that we get is 15 for side M. Because it's in centimeters, so this will be 15 centimeters. Therefore, the M value we have is 15 centimeters. Now, since we know all the three sides, side 1, side 2, side 3, and we're looking for the angles, we have two unknown angles. We can choose to solve any one of these L or N angle first. Let's say we are solving for angle L. So whenever we are given side, 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 then also we use cosine law. However, this cosine law that we would be using is for finding the unknown angle. We know the unknown angle is L. So the formula that would be used is L equal to side L square minus side M square minus N square divided by minus 2 times M times N. This would give us cosine L value. Once we get the cosine L value, we can isolate the angle L by taking cosine on the other side and finding the cosine inverse of this entire thing. Let's write on all the sides first. We're given side L as 11.2 centimeters, side M as 15 centimeters, and side N is given to us as 7.5 centimeters. You know, cosine L is L square minus M square minus N square divided by negative 2 times M times N. We'll sub in all the values here. So this would give us 11.2 square minus 15 square minus 7.5 square divided by negative 2 times 15 times 7.5. When we put the numerator on the calculator, we get negative 155.81 divided by negative 225, and this would give us 0.69, that would be equal to cosine angle L. To determine the L value, we would take this cos on the other side and we would get cosine inverse of 0.69, and that gives us 46.17 degrees. So angle L is 46 degrees if we're supposed to round it to the nearest whole number. Since we have two angles of the triangle, all we have to do is, if we're looking for angle N, we would be adding up 46 and 105. That gives us 151, and then we would take away 151 from 180 to get angle N, and the angle that we would get is 29 degrees. So this is 29 degrees angle, and this is how we solve a triangle using two different forms of cosine law formula. Therefore, we notice that we can use these formulas in a combination or individually to find out the unknown angles or side lengths. Now, whenever the applications of trigonometry are involved, questions can be given in the form of diagrams or in the form of word problems. If the question is given in the form of word problems, all we have to do is just turn the word problem into a diagram and solve it using whatever formula applicable to it. Let's take up one example of a word problem to understand it better. Let's say we're given a question: the Leaning Tower of Pisa is 5.5 degrees from the vertical. If its shadow is 90 meters long, what is the distance from the top of the tower to the top edge of its shadow? We have to assume that the ground is level. So because this tower is leaning at an angle of 5.5 degrees from the vertical, that means it is not straight or perpendicular to the ground. So it's not like this. If this is the ground level, it is slightly tilted, and that tilt or that leaning angle is given to us with respect to the vertical, which is 5.5 degrees. So it's a very slight tilt. However, the shadow is going to be formed on the ground. The question wants us to find out the distance from the top of the tower to the top edge of the shadow. That would be here. So we're looking for this as the unknown side, and we're given the shadow's length, because shadows on the ground, to be 90 meters. Now, if you're given this angle to be 5.5 degrees, we know this inside angle would be 90 minus 5.5, because this whole thing would be 90 degrees. That would be equal to 84.5 degrees. Let's mark this triangle as triangle ABC, and we're looking for side B. We missed one thing in the question, and that was the Leaning Tower of Pisa is 55.9 meters tall and leans 5.5 degrees from the vertical. So we are also given the height of this tower, and that height is 55.9, as this is the line that shows the tower. So the length of this line or height of this line is 55.9. Now we are required to find this unknown side B. You know, in this triangle we are given this side, we are given this side, and we are given this angle. So we are given side angle side, which is indicating that we have to use cosine law. And cosine law to solve for unknown side B is square root of 55.9 square plus 90 square minus 2 times 55.9 times 90 times cosine 84.5. And this gives us the side length B equal to 101.3 meters. And this is how we would solve any problem that is given in the form of word problems, by changing the word problem first into the diagram, and then looking at the diagram we can identify the formula that is going to be applicable to find out the unknown side or unknown angle of the triangle.